Hey everybody, welcome to my A to Z Stitch with me. It's been a while since I last filmed, so it's always an adjustment to get into this filming again. And as you might be able to hear, I don't have much of a voice. And the reason it's so long since I filmed is because my husband got sick and then my son got sick and then they felt better and we got somewhat back to normal. It always takes a little bit extra for me since I'm chronically ill. And then they ended up being sick again. Both of them with a really bad stomach bug. So I ended up having to take care of them because especially my son, he can't really take care of himself when he's that sick. Like, it was really bad. It was so bad, he was so tired, he couldn't hold his own head up. So when he needed to get the stuff out of his system, I had to hold his head for him when he was sitting bent over the toilet. So yeah, it's and then when they got well, I didn't get sick immediately. Like, I think my body really tried to fight it off, but I was feeling down for like 3 or 4 days, and then I got the stomach bug and I was hit really bad. And for some reason, after the stomach bug, both me and my son has almost lost our voices. So apparently it's a thing. So yeah, that's why it's been a while. If you don't know what this is, I do have a description in the description box down below what I'm doing. And it's a series where I stitch everything from beginning to end. That's the short of it, or at least from the beginning, and I hope until the end. I don't know, maybe we don't hit the Z in the alphabet. But at least I'm gonna try. And I hope this isn't too much in the way. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. So yeah, A to Z Stitch with me. I'm gonna have stitched everything from the beginning on camera, as long as I'm not out of frame, but technically I have been stitching even though I'm still out of frame. And I hope to finish this series with you guys. So yeah, that's the short of it. Right now I'm working on Snowgirl's Cottage in the Frosty Forest series. It's the part that's to the left of the middle rows. So yeah, and I hope I'm not too much in the way. There has been a lot going on, so a lot has happened, and life is just a mess right now. And that includes, we have decided that the room I sit and stitch on, we're not gonna use for a while. So, like, like now it's more just storage down there and my computer, because we don't have a good place for my computer. But the reason we don't, like, I say don't use, I mean, like, we don't heat it up. We don't heat up that room to try and save on energy, because my heart goes out to the Ukrainians. But with that war, Russia against Ukraine, like, our electricity bill was already skyrocketed like 10 times more than normal, and now with the war it's even worse. So we just have to try to save on everything we can. So we basically have then 2 rooms. We have decided to not have any heating on at all. We try to use the fireplace as much as we can. That's why I have moved back up in the living room. So right now I'm struggling to get like good stitchy time, because there's always somebody around me when I'm sitting in the living room. Or if they're not around me, there's noise around me. So it's just hard when I need the peace and quiet. And with my husband and son being sick so much, that means they have been home a lot. Right now, my son is back at school, my husband is at work, so I finally have like just a few hours to myself before my son gets home. And I thought I will make the best of it. I don't really have a good voice. You might hear some sniveling, but I'm gonna try and keep it at a minimum. But this, yeah, I'm just, my allergies are acting up and everything is just, ugh. So yeah, that's the best explanation I have. Everything is blah. That's a really good explanation of how I feel right now, unfortunately. So yeah, so I have moved up in the living room, and I'm using it's difficult to use the Lowry stand here, so instead I'm using the necessity stand from Needle Needs, or not necessity, Necessaire stand, its name. And words, I lost my words. And yeah, so I had to like get the tripod in a new way, a new direction, and I have no clue if this is gonna work okay or if it's gonna look awful. But this is what I like. This is how it is right now. My plan is to buy a tripod, but as I said, our electricity bills the last 3 or 4 months now, have been 10 times as high as usual. I have had money saved up, one to buy a tripod, but like everything has gone to pay the bill, electricity bill. So it's just there's just not a lot of money right now for me to spend on stuff like that, especially when I took down my monetization on my YouTube. Not that I earned anything. I think in that time I earned maybe like $1 that they didn't pay out because it wasn't high enough amount of money. So yeah, I haven't earned anything on this channel or doing this series. This is just something I do because I think it's a fun series. So I hope other people enjoy it, and I don't take paid for it. I'm basically doing this for free. So buying extra stuff to have like better angles and stuff when filming, that's just not an option, unfortunately. Like, I don't have that kind of extra money right now. Because on top of having the electricity bill, like my son, he is like in a growth period where he is just getting long. He is setting like getting high in record speed. So that means a lot of new clothing has to be bought. And it's like, it's not that long ago he started school. So, like, there was a lot of extra money going away because school. So yeah, the short of it is, I don't have that money to buy that tripod yet. So the angles we're dealing with is the angles we have to deal with. It's not great, it's not the best, but I hope you can see somewhat most of it, what I'm doing, without too much trouble. Yeah, it's, as I said, I'm doing this because I think it would be fun. Like, if somebody else would like pick my idea and make a series like this, I would definitely watch that. Like, but since nobody has, I know somebody was planning on it. But she was planning on doing full coverage and not a series. Stitching Jewels. And that's where I got my idea that I kind of wanted to do like a full series on camera and stitch everything on camera. I thought that would be fun. So I'm just counting to see that. Yeah, I did one too much of this brown one. No, one stitch too much. That's what I was afraid of, that I had looked wrong on my pattern. And I know what the mistake is. So there's gonna be one more row here, but I want to do that going up because I'm gonna go down on this other side with this colored floss. So there's supposed to be 3 stitches here, but the third stitch is this one when going up, and I counted 3, so I did 3, and then when I started doing the white, I suddenly was like, oh, wait a minute, I think this might be wrong because I'm not doing that last, I don't know, diagonal column right now. So yeah. Yeah. Try not to have my hand too much in the way. But it's not that easy. So yeah, as I said, things are just crazy here right now. And in a way, I feel kind of bad complaining with the whole war and everything going on. But it is. Life is just really, really hard right now. And Norway is taking in refugees from Ukraine, which makes that a lot of, to kind of compensate for that, they make like the normal man in Norway kind of have to pay for that. Through taxes and everything. So don't get me wrong, I want to that the refugees, I'm glad they're coming here and have a place to stay. And that Norway as a country can help out. That's good. But it is making everything a little bit more expensive for the people living in Norway. So on top of like everything else going on that we have right now, and with me that I can't work, like that's it's very it's making it really hard on our economy. Like the normal Norwegian person usually won't have that big of a struggle. It's just that there has been so much going on the last, I don't know, 4 years that we just don't have much excess money. And this year was going to be the year we started saving up. And we did. And then shit happens. I'm sorry if it offends you that I'm saying that, but shit do happen. So yeah, it's life's just hard. Let's just say that. So, and since I'm now upstairs again, stitching, because I had my stitching place here, but it's not like the way I had it. Like I don't have all of my stuff because they are downstairs. I just have a few things, like the things I need the most I do have, but not much more than that. So stitching has been sparse in the month of March. It's the 21st of March today, and I haven't stitched 5,000 stitches yet. Usually, the lowest I have had previously in a month is like right under 10,000 stitches, I think it was. And now it doesn't look like I'm gonna reach that. Because I'm not feeling that well, so it's hard just to sit and stitch for long periods of time. And so I'm mostly laying in bed or on the couch because sitting upright is just too demanding. So, but I do try to sit and stitch a little bit every day, but I get maybe like 100, 200. Lucky if I get 300 stitches in a day. So with that, I was thinking, oh yes, I have been thinking. I was thinking that, okay, there's also a second reason for, I'm gonna say it eventually, rabbit holes. I also have noticed that there isn't that much activity on my A to C Stitch With Me's, like, each week. But approximately every other week, it looks like people are more active and enjoying. And that's the thing. I'm gonna keep doing this as long as people enjoy it. But I think maybe each week it's too much for most people because there's a lot of other stuff they want to watch on FlossTube. So when things are this hectic here at home, and I'm just having a hard time in general, especially with my psyche, I want to keep doing these videos because I really love them and it gives me joy. But I'm not gonna push myself to get one out each week. So my thinking was, instead of having this every week, I'm gonna have a video out every other week instead. So every other Friday from now, it's gonna be when I try and post my A to C Stitch With Me's. So to the best of my ability, that's what I'm gonna do. But honestly, I make no promises. If things continue the way they have in this year, I don't know if I'm gonna be on my feet in April at all. Because apparently things can always get worse. Yeah, that's my new motto. We watched the show that's like celebrities trying the Norwegian military. And one of the captains, he said that it can always get worse. Things can always get worse. And I realized he's right. You think things have to turn out to be better now, like things can't get worse, but they can. Things really can get worse. And what you can do is just prepare to deal with it when it comes, instead of hoping that, oh, things will get better, and when they don't do, you get really disappointed. Like, the whole thing isn't to kind of drag you down mentally, it's more to prepare you for the worst, that things can get even worse than it is now. And when that doesn't happen, then instead of you anticipating something getting better, and then when it doesn't get better, you get down or take it hard, if you instead look at it like this is gonna get worse, it's only gonna get worse, then when it's suddenly that one time it doesn't get worse, it's gonna make you feel a whole lot better. So that's kind of my new thing. Things can always get worse. And we just have to make the best out of what we have. Wow. This is really not wanting to... My camera, okay, kind of. I have no clue why it's making some things fuzzy and not the other. It bugs me. I don't want that. But I think it's one of those when you have a new camera functions and you can't really turn it off. So yeah, I'm gonna put out a video every other week. As long as life isn't kicking my butt. I think that sounds like a good plan. So yeah. And I know in a way, I'm really lucky because now when I have had it a tough time, I still have like a bed I can go and lay down in, and I have had some really good friends that like they have noticed that, oh, you aren't stitching as much, like what's going on, like something has to be wrong, and like, yeah, you're right. Something is wrong. So just have to make the best out of what we got, because I don't think things will be that much better anytime soon. Okay, actually gonna use a new color today that haven't been used at all on this project. 799. All the blues in the whole 791, 792, 793, etc., and the 800. I love those blues, so it's actually really fun that I get one of them now to stitch with. And in all honesty, like when I'm giving it a second thought, like I like most blues. So there's not many blues I wouldn't like. Let's just say that. So because also the electric blues 995 and 996, and the it's 38 something. It's the darkest electric blue. 3842, I think. Yeah, around that. Those are also amazing blues. But they are like they're electric blue. Like there's a reason they have that name. But for more like neutral type of blues, the 799 and 796 and all of those are really good blue colors. Wow, for some reason I managed to make that pin stitch between two stitches. Yeah, that's how sick I am right now. I have no clue what I'm doing. Like, if this that I haven't done more mistakes, I'm telling you, that's really a miracle today. Okay. So I'm not gonna do the whole line because I don't need that many stitches. So I need to pay attention where to end. And we have hit the half-hour mark, so it's starting to get a good time to end the video. And then it's a good time because my son the school ends now. It's exactly 3 p.m. So he walks home himself, not like he has like a after school activity, so it's not like full school to 3 p.m. Like half of the day is just playing around in the after school activity for parents that are working when their kids aren't big enough to be home alone, or like me, have parents that are sick, so trying to have somebody else take care of them for a little while, so it's not too much on me until my husband gets home. So yeah, he walks home himself, but it only takes like 5 minutes, so he will soon be right coming in the doors. And there, I got the stitches I needed. So yeah, you can't really see the full thing now because I decided to roll it up, and I might decide to roll it even more up, just because if I get the fabric higher up, it's easier to film. So I might do that the next time you see me, hopefully in 2 weeks' time. Because yeah, now it's gonna be every other week. I'm trying to put out a video of these A to Z stitch with me's, and if for some reason I suddenly get more time, or you know, want to make something special, I can put that in instead, like the every other week that doesn't have an A to Z stitch with me's, like my floss tube updates or anything floss tube extra I'm doing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this good half hour with me. I certainly enjoyed it, had a great time. I'm gonna try and not cough. That's hard. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Go cough. Take care of my son when he's coming home. Do the homework with him, and maybe I will able to film some more later today. Thank you so much for joining me, liking, especially if you're commenting. That means so much to me because that really shows that you like this series. And it's hard doing this series like if nobody comments, because then it feels like nobody really cares. And I know that's not how it is, it's just how I feel. So the more you comment and like, the more I'm gonna keep this up. And if you totally hate having this new rotation of just every other week, please let me know. Because if you really want every week and you are one of those that watch every week, let me know and I can go back to have it every week. Maybe I have to wait a little bit until things calm down around here, or stabilizes. But yeah, let me know what you think. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.